I'm Adam Grosser. I'm a general partner at Foundation Capital, and today I'm going to talk to you about Green Tech 101. Green tech is hard to avoid these days. You hear it everywhere, and you can't imagine the rush of venture capitalists, the stampede of venture capitalists rushing to put $1 billion into the ground. But what does it mean? What is clean tech? Here's what I'd like you to think about. It's very simple. I'd like you to think about E, 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 M, I, T, and that's all you need to know. And the first three E's all stand for energy. The first E stands for energy management and intelligence, and that's all about enhancing the efficiency of what exists today. So a great example would be something called demand response. So if you've got power lines going to a building, and that building can afford to turn off some electricity, demand response automatically sheds that load. Or the smart grid, or AMI. That's going to revolutionize what a utility can actually provide to a customer by having two-way connectivity and a lot more granularity of information. The challenge here has been the mindset. The technologies have existed for a long time, but the utilities haven't really had any incentive to migrate. Now it's changing, and you're going to start to see both demand response and the smart grid rolled out in large scale in the next couple of years. The second E is energy generation, and that's focused primarily on renewables. And there's two categories here. One is direct generation, which is wind and solar. And in wind power, they're large-scale projects mainly for utilities, wind farms. And solar, there's two categories. One is the photovoltaics that get put in your house or a small light industrial part, or you've got large solar thermal projects that harness the power of the sun directly. On the fuels side, there's biofuels, and mostly that's ethanol. And ethanol today is produced from corn or sugar, and in the future, hopefully from cellulosic sources. It's also things like biodiesel and enzymatic direct production of combustibles. The challenge here has been on both sides, both in the direct generation and fuels, is cost. Today, only wind energy is cost competitive with what you can produce on the grid. The third E is energy storage. The big problem is with renewable energy, they're intermittent. They're on, they're off, they're on, they're off. And that's not the way demand works. Demand is fairly constant. So we have to figure out a way to store energy. And historically, energy is produced as it's consumed. So there's a lot of research going on into advanced batteries, or flywheels to store mechanical energy, ultracapacitors to store high current loads, and even compressed air. The challenge here is it's all basic research. There are some applications, but it's still a ways off from being commercialized. Moving over to the M, we've done the E's. We've got materials. Many of you have heard about LEEDs. And what is LEEDs? LEEDs is a new standard for how green your building is, how efficient it is in terms of energy consumption and in the embodied energy of the components that are in it. So everything around you needs to be reinvented, and we need to think about how much energy goes into producing it. A great example is cement. To make cement today takes 9% of the world's energy and emits 11% of the world's carbon. That's amazing. There's a lot of ways to do it better. So there is no challenge here. It's happening now. We're very excited, and you're seeing a lot of new products hit the market this year. So we're on to I, in industrial processes. This has historically been kind of a grungy field, but it's really important because the world thinks that our dependence on petroleum is really the issue at hand. It's not. It's water. In the next 25 years, access to clean water is going to be the overriding thing in population development and in economic growth in new countries. Water is tied into food safety and recycling, and we've got to find a solution. Here's the challenge. It's not sexy. People haven't thought about working in it, and it's also very energy intensive. And we're on to T. T is for transportation, and transportation is all about efficiency. We have to make personal vehicles, freight vehicles, and large-scale transport dramatically more efficient. The mindset problem here is all behavioral. And so what we've got to do is get large industries to change the way they think and consumers to demand, I need better. So there you have it. What I want you to remember is emit, and emit less, change the world. I hope that gives you a framework for understanding clean tech. Thanks very much.